Hello everyone, myself Mahantesh Kukudi, Assistant Teacher, Chandrakant Patil English Medium School, Kalaburgi. Welcome to this session of NCERT 10th Maths of topic Coordinate Geometry. Before going to start, before going to start Coordinate Geometry, we have to learn some basic concepts of this topic. For understanding this, let's consider two axes, horizontal and vertical axis. This is called horizontal axis, and another axis, it will be perpendicular to this horizontal axis. This is called vertical axis, where horizontal axis and vertical axis both will be perpendicular to each other, and both are going to meet at a point. That point we are going to call as origin. Here coordinates will be 0, 0. Horizontal axis we are going to call as x-axis, and this vertical axis we are going to call as y-axis. This horizontal line is called x-axis and this vertical line is called y-axis. When horizontal axis and vertical axis are drawn perpendicular to each other, it will divide the plane into four parts. Those parts are, this is part 1, this is part 2, this is part 3, and this is part 4. So that plane is divided into four parts. So this is part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. These four parts we are going to call as quadrants. Now to this horizontal axis, here we are going to give name as x, x dash. This is a vertical line we have to name as y and y dash. And the x axis possesses the positive values along with the x axis right side the origin. Towards x dash, it possesses negative values from the origin to the left side of the center of the Cartesian plane. Similarly, y-axis possesses positive values above the origin. In the same way, downwards, y-axis possesses negative values below the origin. Each values will be having equal intervals in between them. These values of x and y, it will help us to find out location of a point. For example, here is a point Here we are going to consider one point, which is 2 units along with x-axis and 3 units along with the y-axis. With the reference of x-axis and y-axis, we can represent a location of a point. This location we are going to call as 2, 3. This is nothing but coordinates of a point. In this coordinates of a point 2, 3, 2 is called coordinate of x, also it is called as abscissa, and 3 is called coordinate of y. Also it is called as ordinate. X coordinate we can call as abscissa, y coordinate we can call as ordinate. Now generally we can say that x comma y is a location of a given point. For the coordinates of x comma y, depending on the sign of the coordinates, they will exist in different quadrants. If x coordinate as well as y coordinate both are positive means x is positive, y is positive, then these coordinates will exist in first quadrant. If both are positive, these coordinates it will exist in first quadrant. If x is negative and y is positive, here if x is negative and y is positive, these coordinates will exist in the second quadrant. Next, if x is negative and y is also negative, then if both are negative, these values it will exist in third quadrant. Lastly, if x is positive and y is negative, so here x is positive, y is negative, then these coordinates it will exist in fourth quadrant. So first quadrant both coordinates are plus plus, second quadrant minus plus, third quadrant minus minus, fourth quadrant plus minus. Till now we discussed about coordinates. Coordinate means location of a point. Coordinate axis, it means coordinate axis are the reference for the coordinates. This entire system we are going to call as coordinate system. And this coordinate system is given by a great French mathematician. His name is René Descartes. Therefore, this coordinate system we are going to call as Cartesian coordinate system. Here, René Descartes, C-A-R-T-E-S, Descartes, his name we are going to study in the form of Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system means a plane surface with coordinates. This entire coordinate system we are going to study with the help of geometry. With the help of geometry, if you study coordinates and coordinate axis and coordinate system, this entire study we are going to call as coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry is nothing but a study of coordinate system with the help of geometry. We are going to call as coordinate geometry. In this coordinate geometry, we are going to study three important concepts. Those are, first one is distance formula. Here, if any two coordinates are given, then how to find out distance between them? This concept we are going to study by using distance formula. Second one is section formula. It means a point which is in between a line or in between a linear points, how that line is divided into the different ratios. That one we are going to study in section formula. And third one is area of a triangle. It means in the Cartesian system, here if any three coordinates are given, then how to find out area? If you join all these three coordinates, it will form a triangle, right? So how to find out area of triangle, we are going to study in this part. And if any 2 points are there, another point exists collinearly to this point, then how this point is going to divide with the ratio, that one we are going to study in section formula. If 2 points are given, then how to find out distance between the points, that one we are going to study under the concepts of distance formula. Now let's go for distance formula. Here we have to derive formula to find out distance between given two coordinates. So we have to take one Cartesian plane. This is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Here I am going to consider only first quadrant, right? So this is x and this is y. Now here this is the origin, right? So here I am going to consider 2 points. So one is P, another one is Q. Now these x-axis and y-axis we are going to divide into intervals. Now we have to find out what is the distance between from the point P to Q. To find out this distance, we have to give coordinates for the both points. So this P coordinate I am naming x1 y1 and this Q coordinate I am going to name as x2 y2. So what we have to find out? Distance from P to Q we have to find out. Now draw a perpendicular line from P to the x-axis. I am going to name as PR. This is perpendicular to the x-axis. PR is perpendicular to x-axis. And one more perpendicular line from the point Q I am going to join with the x-axis only. Like this we have to join perpendicular to each other. So this one I am going to name as S. PS, PR and QS both are perpendicular to the x-axis. Next what I will do, I am going to draw a line from point P to the QS, perpendicular to the QS, like this. This point I am going to name as T. Now what we have to find out? PQ we have to find out. So for that reason we are going to prepare all these constructions. Now we have to write the measurements. From origin to R, distance is x1. From origin to S, distance is x2. Right? From R to P, distance is y1. From S to Q, distance is y2. So here origin to S, x2, origin to R, x1. Now here to find out here OR is equal to x1, OS that is equal to x2. Now I am going to find out RS. If you want to find out RS, in OS we have to subtract OR, OS minus OR. So already we wrote units for the OR and RS. See here OS is x2 minus OR is x1. So distance between R and S is x2 minus x1. So this is x2 minus x1. Whatever the distance between R and S is there, same distance it will be there in between P and T. Therefore this distance is x2 minus x1. So which implies PT that is equal to x2 minus x1. So this one I am going to call as equation number 1. Next, here measurements of y-axis I am going to write. Whatever the distance is there from R to P, RP that is y1. Right? Next, SQ that is y2. Here my intention is to find out distance from T to Q. Right? So to find out distance from T to Q, TQ that is equal to, how to find out distance from T to Q? In this entire length we have to subtract ST. So what you have to write? TQ that is equal to QS minus TS. In this entire length, if you remove ST length, then remaining will be TQ. Here how to find out TS? TS and PR both are equal. So PR is y1. Therefore TS is also y1. So here TQ that is equal to, total length is y2. I am going to write QS is y2. TS is y1. So distance from TQ is y2 minus y1. This one we have to call as equation number 2. Now by considering the right angle triangle PQT, here I am going to draw separately for that. Whatever the shaded region is there, that shaded region I am going to take separately here. This is P, this is Q and this is T. So already we found the distance from P to T, that is here x2 minus x1, and distance from T to Q, that is y2 minus y1. This is a right angle triangle. So when two sides are given in a right angle triangle, by using Pythagoras theorem we can find out third side. So if it is a right angle, angle T is right angle, then PQV is called hypotenuse of the triangle. So by Pythagoras theorem in triangle PTQ, which implies, how to write Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square that is equal to sum of squares of the sides. So here hypotenuse is PQ square that is equal to, how to write? PT square plus TQ square. So which implies PQ square that is equal to PT is x2 minus x1 whole square plus here TQ is y2 minus y1 whole square. So here to remove this square, taking square root to both sides. So if you take square root to both sides, what happens? PQ, here square and square root, it will get cancelled. So PQ, that is equal to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is called finding distance between given two coordinates. If x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the coordinates of any 2 points, then to find out distance between them, we are going to use this formula. Now let us go for exercise part, that is exercise number 7.1. Question number 1. Find the distance between the following pairs of points. So in this first problem, 2, 3 and second coordinate 4, 1. Here 2 coordinates are given. First coordinate is 2, 3 and second coordinate is 4, 1. By using these 2 coordinates, we have to find out distance between them by using the distance formula. So how to solve for this problem? Let us see solution for this. Let's consider the given coordinates. Those are 2, 3 and 4, 1. So for these 2 coordinates, we have to name as x1 y1 and x2 y2. Right? So x1 is equal to 2, y1 is equal to 3. Right? x2 that is equal to 4, y2 that is equal to 1. Now how to find out distance between these 2 coordinates? By using distance formula. So we have to write by using distance formula. We have under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now whatever the values we got here, those values we have to substitute in this formula. Here x2 means 4 minus as it is. Here x1 value is 2 we have to write 4 minus 2, this whole square you have to write as it is. Then plus you have to write here y2 value is 1 minus y1 value is 3, substitute here and you have to write whole square as it is. Now go for simplification. Here 4 minus 2 is 2 square plus here 1 minus 3 is minus 2 square. So next step, here 2 square is 4 plus minus into minus plus only. So minus 2 into minus 2, that is plus 4. So this is also 4. So this is 4 plus 4, 8. This one we have to write in simplest form, that is 4 into 2. So this is 2 root 2 units. Therefore distance between 2, 3 and 4, 1 is 2 root 2 units. Now we have to go for second problem. Coordinates are minus 5, 7 and minus 1, 3. Here also this is one coordinate, this is another coordinate. We have to find out distance between the coordinates. So here solution. Let consider the coordinates minus 5 comma 7 and minus 1 comma 3. Here we have to name this one as x1, y1, here x2, y2. So which implies x1 is equal to minus 5, y1 is equal to 7, x2 is equal to minus 1, y2 is equal to 3. Now by using distance formula, distance it is equal to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So substitute values of x1 y1 and x2 y2 in this formula and get the result. So here x2 value is minus 1 minus of, here x1 value is minus 5. If you have to write in a separate bracket, then close the bracket, then you have to write whole square, plus y2 value is 3 minus y1 value is 7 whole square. So now we have to simplify inside the under root only. So here this bracket as it is, minus 1 also as it is, minus into minus, that is plus 5, then whole square as it is, plus here 3 minus 7, that is minus 4 whole square. Next step, here under root minus 1 plus 5, that is plus 4 whole square plus minus 4 whole square. Negative number square is always positive. For that reason, under root 4 square is 16 plus negative square minus 4 into minus 4, that is plus 16. Here 16. This is equal to 16 plus 16, 32. So this one you have to write in simplest form, that is 16 into 2. So this is 4 root 2 units. So here what you have to write? Therefore distance between minus 5 comma 7 and minus 1 comma 3 is 4 root 2 units. Now let's go for third problem, that is a comma b and minus a comma minus b. Now we have to find out distance between these two coordinates. Those are a comma b and minus a comma minus b. Now we have to go for solution. Let consider the coordinates a comma b and minus a comma minus b. We have to name for this. This is x1 y1. This is x2 y2. Now we have to find out distance between these two coordinates. For that reason we have to use distance formula. By distance formula, distance that is equal to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is equal to under root, right? Then x2 is minus a minus x1 is a square plus y2 is minus b minus y1 is b whole square. Then under root minus a, this is minus 2a whole square, then plus as it is minus b minus 2b whole square. Already I said many times, negative number square is positive. For that reason 2a into 2a, that is 4a square plus this is negative number square is positive, 2 square is 4, b square is b square. So here in this root, if you take 4 common, what happens? A square plus b square. So 4 is a perfect square, so we have to bring it from outside the square root. So it will become 2 root a square plus b square units. Therefore distance between a comma b and minus a comma minus b is 2 under root a square plus b square units.